opinion, the Queen opened Parliament in person, and the vote was passed almost unanimously. But a few months later another demand was made. The Prince Arthur had come of age, and the nation was asked to grant him an annuity of £15,000. The outcry was redoubled. The newspapers were filled with angry articles. Bradlaugh thundered against "princely paupers" to one of the largest crowds that had ever been seen in Trafalgar Square, and Sir Charles Dilke expounded the case for a republic in a speech to his constituents at Newcastle. The Prince's annuity was ultimately sanctioned in the House of Commons by a large majority, but a minority of 50 members voted in favour of reducing the sum to £10,000. Towards every aspect of this distasteful question Mr. Gladstone presented an iron front. He absolutely discountenanced the extreme section of his followers. He declared that the whole of the Queen's income was justly at her personal disposal, argued that to complain of royal savings was merely to encourage royal extravagance, and successfully convoyed through Parliament the unpopular annuities which, he pointed out, were strictly in accordance with precedent. When in 1872 Sir Charles Dilke once more returned to the charge in the House of Commons, introducing a motion for a full inquiry into the Queen's expenditure with a view to a root and branch reform of the Civil List, the Prime Minister brought all the resources of his powerful and ingenious eloquence to the support of the Crown. He was completely successful, and amid a scene of great disorder the motion was ignominiously dismissed. Victoria was relieved, but she grew no fonder of Mr. Gladstone. It was perhaps the most miserable moment of her life. The Ministers, the press, the public, all conspired to vex her, to blame her, to misinterpret her actions, to be unsympathetic and disrespectful in every way. She was "a cruelly misunderstood woman," she told Mr. Martin, complaining to him bitterly of the unjust attacks which were made upon her, and declaring that "the great worry and anxiety and hard work for 10 years, alone, unaided, with increasing age and never very strong health, were breaking her down, and almost drove her to despair." The situation was indeed deplorable. It seemed as if her whole existence had gone awry, as if an irremediable antagonism had grown up between the Queen and the nation. If Victoria had died in the early 70s, there can be little doubt that the voice of the world would have pronounced her a failure. End of Chapter 8, Part 2.